This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Let's talk about some news involving your old pal Randy Orton. He's in some controversial spots after WrestleMania, 2 days after WrestleMania, in fact. So I guess that's after my timeline's right. It's right after the Big Show and Raw. He's suspended for 60 days for unprofessional conduct. This is the report from the Observer. We don't have full details of the story, but we do know is this. There's been a series of incidents that date back to January. It is those behavioral problems that led to the decision to bring in Kurt Angle after the Royal Rumble as champion instead of just putting the title on Orton. Another incident happened around late February, although the exact time may be off a week or two. I believe it happened shortly after No Way Out. And since then, he has won a match to get the title shot. They apparently decided against suspending him immediately because of WrestleMania. The decision was made to punish him, and he's been fined in the interim and probably on more than one occasion. It was this incident that led to the decision to not give him the title at WrestleMania, which was the long-term plan before Batista was injured. There was a feeling his behavior was getting out of control in recent weeks, and that it was only going to get worse. The final straw is something he did in Chicago in the days leading up to WrestleMania. The only thing we could find out is that it caused a near disaster and is being kept under wraps. Boy, Meltzer said a lot there without saying much at all. What can you tell us? What was going on with Randy Orton here?
I don't know what was going on with Randy. I do know this. You know, when he started wrestling, he was only 18 years old. And he was on WWE television by the time he was 20. He was a kid. And kids are going to make mistakes, especially, someone that's when you're 18, 19, 20 years old, you're immature and you're going to make bad decisions. And we all make mistakes, and especially when we're younger. So Randy grew into a nice, fine young gentleman now. He's very responsible, but he had to go through his growing pains. He was a kid when he started. Yeah. That's the main reason why.
Yeah, and he's been honest about that, and you can even probably refer to some of his appearances on like Stone Cold's Broken Skull sessions and all that. I'm sure they talk about all this stuff, but it's a maturation process. You got to appreciate this is not only a young person, but a young person who is now almost overnight a millionaire. That's a lot of success very quickly, and they're not only a wealthy young person, but they're on tour and they're a famous person. So everywhere they go, they're getting lots of attention. And that's a combination that can usually lead to some problems and some questionable decision making. I know it would have been for me. Fair to say?
Oh, yes. I mean, when you're famous and you're making a lot of money, you have a responsibility to be a role model to the community. And, with Randy making the decisions he made, they weren't the smartest decisions. I also made bad decisions. And, and I was even older than Randy, a lot older, making the wrong decisions I made. So I understand, what Randy had to go through, and he just had to mature a little bit.
SmackDown, March 24th. We're 9 nights away from WrestleMania, and we're in Memphis. It's a main event with Mark Henry and yourself. Henry actually gets the win in 9 minutes and 27 seconds, but it took interference from Orton and Mysterio. You've talked a little bit about working with Mark before. He was a favorite opponent of yours at this point. It feels like even the international tours, you're working with Mark quite a bit.
It took Mark and I a while to have some good chemistry, but we eventually got there and we had some great matches. I enjoyed working with him. He is an incredible athlete. He has explosion and strength like no other, but he's also very light. He gets up for you whenever you slam him or give him, the angle slam or a German. He gets up nice and high. I never had a problem working with Mark. He's actually a great worker.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.